Dragon Ball Daima episode 10. This was actually, you could say at one point kind of a hype episode, but then later on it just gave us like, okay, what is this bullshit? But at the same time, it was like, not bad. Like, can you believe it, my Z fans? It's been already 10 episodes since Dragon Ball Daima has come out. And so far, those 10 episodes has been, not gonna lie, pretty great. Especially the best one was with Goku versus the Tamagami. And now this one right here, we have Majin Kukh fighting the Tamagami. And on top of that, we learned something new about the Supreme Kai. Something which I have predicted during my review. What's good, my Z fans? If you haven't already, please click the bell so you'll be the first to know about any new episodes that comes out or review and stuff. And please check out my backstory Hero Z. It is pinned inside the comment section below. Now, let's get right back to Dragon Ball Daima. Few things I want to talk about when it comes to this episode. First thing was, it was kind of a little bit slow. You know, you had them going around doing the stuff, but what was really interesting was that we see them entering the Demon World number 2. That was pretty cool. Number 1 had like a feel of a Planet Vegeta or a Planet Tuffle feeling. Now for the Earth 2, or sorry, the Demon World 2, it gives you the feeling of Planet Namek. That was pretty interesting. Like, everything was very green and very waterish, and on top of that they had this giant creature which could pretty much, it's like a huge octopus, and they call these octopus things egg Karakin. Apparently these Karakin could destroy your entire ship with just one bite, and he can even swallow you. It's so huge. What made me laugh was when Goku and his team got encountered by them and they almost pretty much got eaten and they managed to escape their life. Goku comes to warn Vegeta and everyone, and Vegeta, as always, tries to act so tough. He's like, look at Kakarot being all scared of a little animal. But then when he saw the Karakin, he almost shit himself too. Goku should have said, yeah, you were saying, bro? It was pretty funny, and I actually like the fact that when Goku went and he pretty much got annoyed with his gender mind and he just destroyed their ship. He just went and boom, decked it, threw blast towards it and all that because they just kept attacking them. But now when it comes to Planet Namek, one thing I must say was it was really interesting to see the Namekians' first home. They literally showed us that. I was like, yo, that's pretty sick. We got to see Planet Namek. It was pretty much you could say, an abandoned Planet Namek. It felt like a Goku Black Saga, as if he were to enter that planet and eradicate everyone. It was just there. Everyone was gone, but the planet was there. It was the very first Planet Namek, and apparently the Namekians took some of the trees there, or the seed to plant those trees, and they went to the new Namek and planted it there, making that be their original Planet Namek. So they pretty much copied it from the original world. So it was pretty interesting to see that. I actually liked it. It was like a darkish feeling, but it was pretty cool. And at the same time, we saw one Namekian was still walking there. It's the same Namekian that was inside the first episode, the one who gave King Goma the Dragon Ball and all that. So it was him that was walking there. I'm not surprised that he's there checking out what's going on. But what was interesting about this Planet Namek was it's just so abandoned. It's like the last time we saw that was during the Frieza fight, and now here we see it again. It's right here. And Goku kept saying, hey, Piccolo, is this your old home? Although Piccolo wasn't born here, it was his father that's born here. He could still feel that vibe, you know, he could still understand this planet because it is his home. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is when it comes to the Supreme Kai. When Bulma and everyone asked Supreme Kai, okay, tell me your origin, what's going on with you and all that, because he told them how the Glins are born from a tree and all that. Apparently, there's like a ruler of all the Supreme Kais, and it goes by the name Rimus. So what Rimus does is they took pretty much all the Glins that were there who are special, which is all the 12 Supreme Kais in the multiverse, and he spread them across the universes to go and guide all those universes and become the Supreme Kai for each of the universe. So right there, when I saw that, that was the origin of the Supreme Kai, of how each of the Supreme Kai managed to go to all the universe, because at first I kept saying that if the Supreme Kais are from the Demon World, how come they weren't mentioned that during Dragon Ball Super and all that crap? They decided to add that here, but it got me pissed off because this is a completely ass pull. They just went out of nowhere and just pulled this out of their ass, said that, oh look, he's the leader of all Supreme Kai, let's go. And he decided to send all of them to every multiverse, and the Supreme Kai told them about the multiverse. So debunk right there. Goku and Vegeta learned about the multiverse during Dragon Ball Super. That was the first time knowing, not during Dragon Ball Daima. Ever since Akira Toriyama died, rest in peace my guy, they pretty much just went and said, you know what, let's just change Dragon Ball around and make it more weird and shit, and let's change the story completely. Like, come on man, stick to the original story. But if you look at this not the canon way, and if you don't look at, just look at Daima as it's like a different story, then you'll be like, alright, you know what, pretty interesting. But yeah, that was actually kind of interesting to see how the Rimus looks like. He's like a type of Zeno, but a bigger version of Zeno, and pretty much he's like the ruler of all Supreme Kai. But you know what though, it could have been cool if they kept with the concept of the Grand Supreme Kai, or the Grand Kai that we saw during the Dragon Ball Z Season 7 arc. It would have been cool if he was some type of ruler. And what was funny was they showed King Dobora's predecessor. Damn, he's like a fat version of King Dobora and very disgusting. It's like if Majin Buu or the Fat Buu were to be him. Now let's get to the main part of this episode. Now that I mentioned Majin Buu, we have Majin Kukh, and he has really shown that he is Majin Kukh. Like, what is going on here? Majin Kukh, really? Here we thought that he was supposed to be a huge hype. He was supposed to be something like Kid Buu, someone as powerful as Kid Buu, who's very reckless, very, evil, who could just do anything. But I guess fusing the Saber Band with him kind of messed that up, or what? Whatever it is, they messed up big time, because Majin Kukh is just an overhype. He is so weak. We saw him fight the first Takagami. At first I said, okay, since he's fighting the Takagami number 1, because Goku fought at number 3 and he was pretty fat, here he is fighting the Takagami number 1, and because he is number 1, he's the strongest. So that could have been the reason why, but it was not the reason why Majin Kukh lost. It's just the way Majin Kukh was fighting. If he's supposed to be Majin Buu, or Kid Buu you could say, because that's how tall he is and stuff, he did have a little bit of Kid Buu's attitude, you saw him getting excited, going around and screaming stuff, but he's a complete opposite of Kid Buu. He's just so weak, and to the point he ends up saying, okay, I give up, I can't beat him, they're too strong for me. Now if this was the real Kid Buu, he would have destroyed the Takagami 1 easily, like no question asked. He would destroy that shit. Here Majin Kukh has a lot to learn, and because of that, he's just like, okay, yeah, I'm weak, I can't do it no more, I throw in the towel. But not gonna lie, it was pretty cool to see him go and throw some blasts. All his blasts was green, and he's trying to aim it towards the Takagami, and the Takagami number 1 was doing everything he can to protect the Dragon Ball. After all, he cannot go into the wrong hands. He's gonna make sure he holds on to it. So at first when we heard that Majin Kukh is gonna go and fight the Takagami, because that's the reason why he was made, to get the Dragon Ball, we all got excited, let's be real, you got excited too. You thought that could be Kid Buu fighting, but it ended up becoming a complete disaster. He's like the washed Kid Buu. So I really hope he ends up having another form where he looks more badass and scary, because his looks pathetic. Like, come on. I was expecting something more serious and more badass, not something like this. At least the Takagami number 1, he managed to hold his own, so good for him. Credit goes to him, but from the way it looks like, Goku can beat him just by using Super Saiyan 2. I doubt Goku has to use Super Saiyan 3 in this battle against anyone. And if he does, then that's his trump card. Go Super Saiyan 3, boom, defeat them. But overall, not a bad episode. It was pretty interesting to see everything go down, how Planet Namek, original Planet Namek, we get to see that, so I like that. And then the Rhymus, the ruler of Supreme card, that was also another ass pull, but still interesting to see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this, and what do you guys think about Majin Kukh fighting the Takagami? Were you just as disappointed as me? Were you expecting something better, or were you expecting the fight to go like how it went? Were you expecting him to be like another Kid Buu? And what do you guys think about Supreme Kai's origin and about Rhymus being the ruler of all Supreme Kai? It was cool how they showed every other Supreme Kai too. We saw Goasu, we saw Shin Kai and everyone, so it was pretty cool to see that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If there's anything you guys like about this video I talk about, please drop a like. That would be amazing. And if you haven't already joined my Discord server yet, do so. You get to have a chance to RP there, and please check out my Backstory Hero Z. It is pinned in the comment section below. Like I said before, you're not going to regret it. It's a really interesting series.